The Chargers took on the Cardinals in Week 7, the team with the #1 overall draft pick this past season, and they actually gave them quite a challenge, and it came down to the wire, a 25-23 victory for the San Diego Chargers. The Cardinals fall to 4-3 with a loss. They were 4-2 coming into this game. A nice surprise for a team that had such bad luck last season, and you can see the stats on your screen for this game right now. Phillip Rivers with a 107 pass rating on the afternoon, and Keenan Allen posting 209 receiving yards. He is really having an amazing season after having somewhat of a down year following being second in the league in receiving yards in the first season of this franchise. But this victory did not come without a bad sign. Starting running back Melvin Gordon is going to miss the rest of the season more than likely, and with the Chargers sitting at an undefeated record, this news could not have come at a worse time, as they are going to need to scramble to find a solution in the running game. Right now, Alfred Morris is listed as the Chargers starter, but expect a healthy mix of Alfred Morris and CJ Prosise in this upcoming game against the Jets. In non-injury related news, Denzel Perryman was re-signed to a 5-year, $36 million deal this past week. The sides have been negotiating since the start of the season, and we're finally able to reach a number they're both comfortable with. He is he's rather limited still, and he's still developing. He's only 24 years old, came out of the draft young, but we are very excited about his future, and he's already posted 4 very good seasons to start off his career, at least 3 very good full seasons, and a pretty decent start to the 4th season that we are now experiencing, and we really couldn't stand to lose him. He was probably going to receive the franchise tag that with Melvin Gordon's injury, Melvin Gordon will probably now get if he was let go in the offseason, as we don't have an in-house solution, and he is actually ranked as the 11th best middle linebacker despite being not raw, but still pretty raw and undeveloped, with a lot of potential going forward. And since the Chargers have 3 running backs on their roster, they do not need to spend an extra roster spot to sign a running back, and instead they're going to be signing offensive lineman Heath Veal, a developmental guy who is currently, before the signing, on the Philadelphia Eagles practice squad. 93 strength, and that's really the key stat here, as that is usually the hardest stat to develop for an offensive lineman, with 77 run blocking, 75 pass blocking, and 78 impact blocking. This is definitely going to be a developmental guy who can eventually move into a role as a backup lineman for us after this season, more than likely. We'll actually need to clear a roster spot in the coming weeks with the return of Melvin Gordon eventually, but Heath Veal is definitely safe from being cut at this point in time. And one final note, one that I touched upon earlier, the Chargers entered this matchup against the New York Jets as one of the 3 undefeateds left in the NFL, along with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the team they faced in the AFC Championship game last year, and the Seattle Seahawks. So that will be a storyline to watch as the season unfolds. But for now, the Chargers are finally going to get into their matchup against the New York Jets here in Week 8. Chargers are hosting the New York Jets today, and the Jets are no joke. They're 2-4 on the season, but were an AFC playoff team last year and earlier on in the season when the Chargers played another AFC playoff team from the previous season, the Houston Texans. Melvin Gordon was a big part of their win as he ran for over 100 yards and really started turning around his season after a really slow start. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Chargers are able to hang in this game, if they're able to hang in this game without a clear running attack, as their offensive line has struggled in run protection and no running back has really emerged as another threat behind Melvin Gordon. But Chargers are getting to start off with a pass, as Hunter Henry is going to catch that one for 15, and now running some play action on another 3rd down, avoiding a sack. Phillip Rivers passes to Hunter Henry once again, and he has all of the air yardage today for the Chargers. Now CJ Prosise getting a look out of the gun, and he is going to get taken down pretty quickly. The line did an okay job right there, but I'd still like to see a little bit better run blocking going forward from the Chargers offensive line. And now another play action on 3rd down and 4, and they're dropped back into coverage, so Davante Adams is going to get open underneath. He gets down to the 9-yard line, and the Chargers are driving down the field. Now at the 9-yard line, going out of gun once again, another play action, going to a lot of play action early on, and Keenan Allen's going to get this one, but he can't turn the corner, and the defender closes out on that one, so that's going to be a 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Looking right to Keenan Allen once again, finding him wide open is Phillip Rivers, and that's going to be a touchdown. LA opens this game 7-0 over New York, and now New York giving the ball back to Los Angeles A 7-0 lead for them already, and Hunter Henry with his third grab here early on, contributing to the offense early. And now 3rd down and 13. As you can see, the Chargers in a lot of third down situations. CJ Prosise is going to get this one out of the backfield, and he actually picks up a 1st down. But as you can see, it's another 3rd down for the Chargers, and this one's going to go left side, or right side, excuse me, to Craig Brink, and he is going to pick up a 1st down right there. Now running a draw look on 1st down and 10 for Prosise. Shakes a tackle, can't shake another though, and he is going to get taken down. Would have had a touchdown if he shook that 2nd tackle. 2nd and goal from the 7-yard line now. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown grab of the afternoon, following up a 200-yard day with a 2-touchdown performance, and this man is on fire right now. 14-0 lead for the Chargers. Evan Bridge, a man that the Chargers looked into drafting, dropping back and passing it deep, and Devin Smith creates some space. He gets all the way into Charger territory down to the 15-yard line, and now from the red zone, Bridge handing it off to Matt Forte, and that was good blocking by the Jets offensive line to open up a hole for him. A 7-yard run, and now why not make it another run? Spins off of the tackler, and he is going to score. 14-7 for the Chargers still, but the Jets cut it to a 1-touchdown lead. Second half action now. CJ Prosise getting another look out of the gun, and just nothing happening in the run game today. This Jets defense is pretty good at stopping the run, and they've only allowed a few guys to really get open. They've been good at getting to 3rd downs, but not good at getting off the field on 3rd down. So now Philip Rivers going to Keenan Allen, making a nice catch that was actually intended for the receiver behind him, Hunter Henry, but probably would have been a pick if it went that far. Nice move by Keenan Allen to jump in front of it. CJ Prosise picking up 4 right there. As you can see, 14 carries, but only 36 yards on the ground. We tried to go to the ground game. Alfred Morris was not performing either. And now CJ Prosise is going to get the pass out of the backfield on 3rd and 10, but he can't convert. He misses it this time, cannot get across the line. So that is going to be a field goal for Greg Zuerlein to make it 17-7. But there is still plenty of time on the clock for the Jets to come back. Evan Bridge dropping back once again to Eric Decker this time, left side wide open, and he is having a pretty solid day through the air. Not really a lot of yardage, but they haven't had the ball very much. And now Matt Forte with a 5-yard run right there. Pretty solid day for him. 58 rushing yards on 14 rushes. Not excellent, but still pretty good. Ty Teague with the spin move right there, the 2nd-year man from the 1st draft, which you remember was very good for the Chargers. And looks like it was pretty decent for the Jets, too. They got a guy like that who can make moves like that in the open field. But now Matt Forte trying to get something going again. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 4 as he can't pick up the 1st down right there. But it's going to be Devin Smith once again. And it's been an issue all season, tight ends and slot receivers. It wasn't so much this game, it was more just the slot guys because Devin Smith was their slot receiver for most of the game. But the Chargers have not had any trouble defending outside receivers, just always the inside guys. But now Matt Forte is going to get a carry on 3rd down and 8. An interesting play call for Todd Bowles and co. But that is going to result in a field goal because they cannot pick up the 1st down. And now with a minute left in the game, the Jets are driving with a chance to win. Eric Decker, left side, gets tackled down at the 37, but picks up a considerable gain, and Evan Bridge is over 200 passing yards on the day, excuse me. And now it's Ty Teague making a play down the field, and the Chargers defense is not doing a great job so far. They're giving up 2 pretty long passing plays, and speaking of passing plays, that's going to be Matt Forte picking up 8 yards right there, falling out of bounds, is going to be able to stop the clock. Now they're going empty backfield. We know it's going to be a passing situation, and Devin Smith is wide open, as the corner just never turned around to look at the ball right there. And now Ty Teague getting open, but it is only for 6 yards in the low areas of the field, so they're going to be forced to burn a timeout. And now Bridge is going to go left side to Luke Wilson, and he shakes Antoine Benford's tackle, but he does end up getting out of bounds. And now with 14 seconds left on the clock, Bridge goes right side to Wharton, but he got tripped up by Matt Forte, and they're going to be forced to waste another timeout. That was their last one, and now with 7 seconds left, they're going to get it to Devin Smith, but the Chargers tackle him 1 yard short of the goal line. The Jets aren't going to be able to get back to the line, and that is going to do it for this game. 17-10, last second win for the Jets, as Devin Smith just couldn't quite get into the end zone. He was just a couple yards short, and that is a heartbreaking loss for the Jets. They had this game, they just needed a couple more yards. If they hadn't had to waste that timeout early on, they could have really scored right there. The Chargers defense was playing great all game, but their offense did not give them enough points to play with at the end of the game. They do only hold them to 10, but it could have easily been 17, and I'm actually kind of concerned if I would be kind of concerned as a Chargers fan. They did have a pretty decent offense on the day, but most of these completions were to CJ Procise out of the backfield. A couple of them were just for stops, but it was to get rid of the ball. And this offensive line has really done a poor job of run blocking this year, and I'm really disappointed as they were excellent at run blocking last year, and the only change from the offensive line this year to last year was aging, of course, that's always a factor, but replacement of King Dunlap as center with Eric Lair, who's actually better. He just has 2 less strength, but he has better blocking ratings than King Dunlap did. But I'm really concerned about the performance of the right side of this line, especially because that's where most of the runs go. The left side of the line is pretty solid. It's not they're not the greatest, obviously, but they've been doing their job. When we run to the left side, we're getting pretty decent runs, but it's just not been as good as it was last year. And Melvin Gordon's done a lot to compensate for that, but he can't do everything. And now that he's gone, it's gonna be tough to run the ball. And against a better team than the Jets, we play the Steelers and the Seahawks later in the year too. I would really be concerned about our ability to eke out a win when we don't have the running game to help us. So that's something to watch going forward. I'm actually very legitimately concerned about the Chargers' ability to run the football. Given today's performances, we didn't get any carries out of Spencer Ware. That might be a good place to start looking forward, as he might be a little bit more effective than Alfred Morris. But that does it for this episode of the Chargers franchise. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned next time, as we will be taking on the Denver Broncos in a Monday night game.